Alrighty. Good morning, good evening, good day, good night. We are starting very late today. Holy. Alrighty. Get some Pixel remaster music going because I never actually listened to it. And I got told recently that it's actually a really good remaster. So, that's what we're going to be listening to today. Also, this is really loud. Holy. We're going to turn this down a little. Alrighty. Awesome. All right. So we are going to do a little thing today called monster creation. Yay. And one of the things that we need in order to make this correct is we need the default before we get too far into it. Oh, why is it dying? Oh, that's why. Okay. Here we go. Black Adult Dragon. And then do they have... I'm actually curious if they do. They have Zombie Dragon. They don't actually remember if they had that or not. It doesn't look like they did. They didn't. Okay. So, we are going to have to go to... excuse me. We're going to have to go to another... resource for this. So, let's go to the good old Draconomicon. Which I think I actually have the PDF of that. Stand by. I do not. Here we go. All right, while that's loading, let's get all of our stuff in here for our adult black dragon. Well, actually, I'm going to do one more thing, which is... I actually don't like how they go from wormling to young to adult to ancient. There's so many other forms of dragon they could possibly use. Well, nonetheless, so the default for a black dragon is 19. Hit points is 195. Its speeds, however, are 40 feet, fly 80 feet, and swim 40 feet. So it very much can just move to wherever it damn well pleases most of the time. Let's see here. Its default. Excuse me. My goodness. Modifiers are +6, +2, +5, +2, +1, and +4. Immune to acid. Now we're gonna add a thing here. Hold. Condition immunities. There's perception, which in this case is +11. And stealth, which is +7. And this is just the default. Not sure why my nose is so bad today. So let's look at the Draconomicon real quick here. They should have a thing here for zombie dragon. Yep, zombie dragon 197. So what does the zombie dragon say? So the rules in 3.5 can be very informative to what we're doing here. So, zombie is a template that can be added to a dragon of at least adult age, referencing the BCA. The creature uses the base dragon statistics as abilities, except for what is listed here. Size and type. Creature size and type change to undead, and it loses any subtypes it had in life. So it's just an undead. It's not dragon. I'm gonna have it keep it both of its options. All right. Huge undead dragon undead. I think I actually like the original of that a little bit more. All right. All right. Let's see here. What else does we get here? There we go. This is a little bit easier, right? Hit dice remain the same, but it loses Constitution bonus to its hit points. Or zombie joiners get bonus hit dice equal to twice their hit dice. So, if we were to do that in this case, we would lose 85 but gain 24. Or no, gain double hit dice HP. So instead of it being 17 d12, we end up with I don't want to do the math on this. So 17 times 2. All right, and then or 17 times 13 gives the grand total of the average hit dice of 221. If we were to apply that rule here, which isn't actually that much of a difference. I kind of like that. Fly maneuverability by one category. We don't have flying categories here. Reduce natural armor bonus to 1/2 by this. So we're going to reduce the armor value. I believe we can make this an 18. I think that seems a little bit more appropriate here. Zombie retains any exceptional special attacks based on the dragon, such as improved grab, except for special attacks with the save DC based on the dragon's charisma, such as Frightful Presence. It loses all supernatural and spell-like features attacks possessed by the base dragon, except for any breath weapon attacks, which is altered and noted below. Breath weapons don't deal damage, such as brass, sleep breath are unchanged. Save DC is same as before. It's all supernatural spell-like qualities, especially as it has. undead traits. Immune to mind affecting effects. Poison, magical sleep, paralysis, stun, disease, death effects. Any effects that would require a fortitude save unless it works on objects or harmless. It is not subject to critical hits, non-lethal damage, ability damage, to physical ability scores, ability drain, energy drain, fatigue, exhaustion, or death from massive damage. Cannot be raised. Resurrected only works if it's willing, and dark vision up to 60. So, one moment. A different kind theme. Awesome. What did I miss? I know I probably missed one or two. Oh, I missed Shadow's theme. Oh, that's fine. There are worse problems to have. All right. So now that we're back in business, I got my tea. Hopefully that'll help mitigate my nose a little bit. Took my anti-allergens. Okay, so let's go over to here we go. So conditions. Condition immunities. So let's be honest here. It will be immune to the following. Charmed. Deafened. Deafened I don't care about much. Let's see here. Exhaustion. Frightened. Grappled. No, I won't be immune to grappled. Incapacitation. Incapacitated. Paralyzed. It's not immune to petrification, it's immune to poison. Stunned. And unconscious. All right. Let's see here. Do I want to make it resistance to physical damage? I can either make it resistant to physical damage or I can give it more hit points. I think in the case of the party that I have my players, that my players are, a lot of damage is elemental. Or non-physical would be a better way of putting it. So, we are going to stick with boosting the hit points. So we will do that later. Let's see here. Amphibious. Yeah. Do I think that that's going to come up during the fight? No, but it is good to make note of that. This one, this dragon in particular, did have legendary resistances, but because it's undead, I'm going to say it doesn't. I'm also going to do something else here, which is I'm going to call this passives. And then we have traits. You know what the remaster music doesn't have that the old like SNES sound fonts had? That really made these like tracks really punch. It doesn't have that powerful like that powerful bottom end percussion. It doesn't have that same like punchy feeling on the bottom end. And it's just not the same. Like this has like a little bit of percussion to it, but like the original had the like it had the big fat drums. It just doesn't have this. It doesn't have it. Still, it's good. I like it. All right. So this has. We'll put those at the end. Okay, so it has multi-attack. Hey, hi. How's it going? Zombie boss monster? Yep. Sort of. It's not going to be by itself because it's going to have the thing that raised it. So it's not going to be insanely powerful. All right. So we got what's CR? Irrelevant when you're making custom stuff for your own games because CR is a lie anyways. This will be intended for a party probably around 12th level or so. So the CR of this creature will probably be something like CR10 in reality. Or no, when I'm done with it, it'll probably actually be like CR16. But that's because CR is a lie and isn't actually that indicative of how powerful players are. Okay. How strong the monsters. This is intended to be used as a duo to fight a party approximately. The creation that the design I am using this for is it's meant to be a part of a duo for a party that is roughly 15th level in strength. We're just going to copy this from the Black Dragon thing. All right. Get rid of the spell casting because it doesn't. Because I believe zombie dragons specifically do not have spell casting. It was all supernatural and spell-like special qualities possessed by the base dragon. Yep. These are 3.5 notes, but still. Attacks with the base such as improved grapple, special attacks. Supernatural spell-like features and possess. Yeah. With the breath that rises its corpses. So it won't be doing that because that's not what the design for the encounter is. But it's a fun idea. It makes 3 rend attacks. Alrighty. Rend. Not rund, rend. Baseline for this creature is attack is plus 11. A corroding aura effect. I have some ideas. Who this dragon was in life is going to be kind of important, but I'm going to keep that hidden for the time being. Reach 10 feet. All right. Damage is, in the case of this dragon, I need to improve its damage output from what it was because its claws are kind of whatever. So we're gonna get 2d8 plus 6 slashing damage. Plus, come on, stop adding the E. Plus 2d6 acid. Now it's a zombie dragon, so I think I might actually take away the acid aspect and make it poison instead. Actually, hold on. No. We're going to change this. It's going to be just front loaded. It's going to be 3d12. So 9d12 to a single target, let's say. What is that? That's 4 times 13. Calculator. 4 times 13 plus 7. 60 damage on average. It's a bit much. And then you add 6 at the end there. That's a bit much. And on the top end, that's 9d12. 9 times 12 is like 108, I think. Plus 6 is, yeah. So I could high, if I high roll, it's going to be really dangerous. I'm down with that. Just 3d12 damage, period. It's meant to be an attacker, because it loses all of its spell casting. It's not going to have its legendary actions. Because it's no longer a legendary creature, it's just a zombie dragon. The breath weapon, let's take a look at the Draconomicon. What does it get changed to? Base rate is draconic breath. If any, though, it deals half damage listed. Breath weapons don't. The damage such are unchanged. So it just does half. Okay. What was the original amount? 12d8. So it's 68 acid damage. I've got an idea. With its breath weapon, should it have it? Breath weapon. That is going to be acid breath. Acid breath. This is recharge 1d4, 1d3 rounds. Recharge 1d3 rounds. I don't care what anybody says about it's supposed to be 5 6 for on the d6 roll. I never get my recharges. I don't know why it is, but I am cursed. I never get it. Ooh, I love this track. I actually really like the flute choice. All right. Also, this should be slightly larger so that it's easier to read on stream, and so it's less painful on my eyes. All right. DC 18. Uh, 60 by 50, 60. 60. 60 foot by 5 foot line. In this case, it will be 68. Acid damage, dex half. This does not possess spellcasting. Do they lose their frightful presence? Possesses by the base dragon, it retains exceptional, such as immunities or blind sense. It loses a subtypes it has. And below. Leave its strength at 0, its dexterity. Its dexterity down slightly, and its charisma down slightly. Its wisdom score becomes a 10. Times 1/2 plus 1, treasure none, advancements of plus 2 hit dice. Okay, I'm kind of done with this. So, normally would have legendary actions. It needs to have a bonus to the. It needs to have a higher attack because it's not going to hit regularly enough if I don't. Plus 13 to hit. This would be slashing, I believe, or is it piercing? For the red damage, slashing. Just keep it simple. All right. Passives. So we should grab, let's see here, the zombie. It's the regular ass zombie. We should grab its undead fortitude. Because there's no reason that we shouldn't. We can make it a little bit more dangerous this way. That way they can't just chip away at the end. All right. And then we need to keep the Dragon Storm ability, which I don't remember what this one's is. But we'll keep that on the board for now. Off the side for the time being. Now, typically it has legendary actions. We're going to hold off on the legendary actions because this is not going to be fighting solo. Furthermore, it is a zombie now. It is a commanded unit. So I don't think it having it possessing, it loses its skills, by the way. Perception should be just baseline for it, which if its wisdom is going down a little bit, it will be down to 7. We'll say. So passive perception would be 17. It also possesses, let's see here, blind sight and dark vision. No, I don't think it would. That's why I kind of removed it. I think blind sight would be, or sorry, I think it's, like maybe it would if it had athletics, you could keep that, just so like you can maintain the grappling stuff. But anything that requires like any form of finesse or thinking beyond that, no. And then we have dark vision. 120 feet. And then passive perception is 17 in this case. Not that it matters too much for the party in question. Saves. Okay. I have a school of thought, which, if you're good at the save, you get a certain number, and if you're bad at the save, you get a different number, like just straight up. So I think if you're good at the save for this level, it will be +7 on the supposed creatures, so +7. If you don't, then Also, this should be +1. Then it's just going to be your. It's just going to be a baseline. There we go. Like I just prefer two numbers. I have found that I prefer two numbers for saves. Either you're good at it and you have this number, or you're bad at it and you have this number for 5th edition specifically. Because it keeps you from having to check a specific number every time. It's just like, is it going to be good at it? No. Is it going to be good at it? Yeah. Okay. Then you have two numbers to remember. It's much easier. Just helps keep things consistent across the board. I find it easier. I understand why some people don't like this, but I just find it easier to manage. Damage reduces the zombie to 0 hit points. It makes a Constitution saving throw equal to DC 5 plus the damage taken. Plus damage is radiant or from a critical hit. Like, they have access to radiant damage. Three rend attacks, 3 12 plus 6 each. I should keep its AC at like around 20. And we're gonna boost the hit points a little bit. We're gonna probably do something like 2. We'll do 275, I think. Like, zombie dragons can get their hit points burned through really fast, just because of paladins. Who am I kidding? This needs to be at 300. Immunities to acid, immunities to poison. This is such a weird version of this track. Oh, this is really good. Uh, let's see here. Let's make it. It's a weird idea for Zozo. All right, Dragon Storm. Grave Winds. Where is this idea that I had put to the side here? Where's the one for the original? Here we go. I was just gonna do healing half stuff. Yeah, do healing half stuff. We'll say 30-foot rate emanation. Feet of the dragon. Make a DC 18. What are people's saves at? Plus 10 on the good saves? Yeah. Plus 10 and plus 7 on the good saves. We'll do DC 17, I think. DC 18 just feels a little unfair. I hate the way the DCs work in 5e. So dumb. Foot sphere. Make a DC 17. Oh my gosh. My spelling. Make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. Make a DC saving throw. On a failed save, Uh, failed save. Take. Uh, let's say this needs to be worth using over the rend attack with the breath weapon. Maybe not with the breath weapon, but the red 3 red attacks. Takes 4d10. Yeah, it's 6d10. Necrotic damage. Are unable to be healed. No. And gain half and have any healing they receive reduced by half. I actually don't want to hear this track right now. As great as it is, I actually just don't want to hear it right now. It's very, very good. Sensors theme. There we go. Sensor's so cool. All right, let's see here. We got 15 minutes left. Okay. Oh, there's a space there. Okay. Fine. I see how it is. All right. Have their reduce and have any healing they receive reduced by half for the by half till the start of Dragon's next turn. This is also going to be 1d4 rounds. If there is no other magic affecting a storm that the dragon is in, oh, excuse me, becomes, then the range becomes the entire storm. Yeah, I think that's a good enough uh set of abilities for a, we'll say, a lieutenant in a fight. It's supposed to be like a big body that's gonna be oppressive. Do 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 do. Yeah, it just the percussion in the Pixel remaster is just not the same. It just really isn't. But it's still good. I can't complain about it. It's just not the same, but it's still good. Like the instrumentation choice, I think is all right. The mix feels weird a little bit. I feel like the guitar should have been slightly more forward. You need a little bit more of the percussion. Like the percussion just feels so like underneath everything. Where is it? Sleepless. We're gonna add frightful presence. Attacks the targeted creature makes a DC 17 Wisdom. Oh my gosh. Saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes frightened. On a successful save, save the creature isn't frightened and it becomes immune to this effect. Effect. It's affecting with an effect. Okay, yeah, it's effect. Immune to this effect. Affected creature may attempt to save again at the end of their turn. It's not gonna be frightful presence, it's gonna be frightful rending. Frightful rending. What a frame for my camera to hold. That's amazing. Alrighty. That's awesome. So, quick couple of things. Unfortunately, I will not be. Whew. Okay. I will not be streaming much this week. I have to be in to work really early. Apparently, I'm also coming down with a cold. I will not be. What was I saying? Unfortunately, I will not be streaming much this week. I have to be to work about an hour and a half early. And as a result, I would have to either get up an extra hour and a half early, which means I would have to start streaming at 2, which I'm not going to do. Or I just simply have to abandon streaming for this week. So, I won't be streaming this much this week. Possibly even the following week, but I will be back on Sunday for sure. I'm just going to take a look at Black Dragons here, see if there's anything that I can look at here. Just stuff that they might have. Sample Black Dragons. I'd like to stop sneezing. Sneezing, thank you. Magical sleep, paralysis, low light vision, spell resistance 18. Water breathing. Skills. Breath weapon, corrupt water, fightful presence. Some basic spell casting. Yeah, this is basically it. Like, if you remove the special abilities of like the magical effects, with the exception of Dragonstorm in this case, because that's something that's integral to the dragons in my setting. They can't not have one. This is pretty good. I like this. I think this is fun. Simple. It's a meat stick, basically. It's a meat stick that's supposed to just dive in and just beat the ever living shit out of someone. And that's kind of it. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else that we could possibly add to keep this interesting? I think we've got it. Is this Realms theme? I think this is Realms theme. Yeah. All right. That's where I'm going to call it for today, I think. Uh, my nose is driving me nuts, apparently. Along with that, I am going to. Yeah, I think I like this dragon where it is. I don't see a reason to give him anything further. I'm already making him a little bit more of a pain because he has undead fortitude, which is easily dealt with by like 10th level plus. Like you can deal with it easily prior to that, but at level 10 plus, it's very easy to deal with. And then changing its frightful presence to frightful rending, making it a thing that occurs when you're getting attacked instead, I think is a better way of approaching it rather than making it just a giant aura. Especially as a zombie dragon, like you get scared as it attacks you. Front loading it in on the rend damage side so that it's able to just beat the crap out of someone. The big thing here being that it has a 10-foot reach is really important, which means that stuff, unless they have pole arms, it's going to just attack whoever it damn well pleases and move about, and it's not going to care. Same thing with its acid breath. It's going to be able to hit it's going to be able to hit whoever it kind of damn well pleases, especially when it's able to. It can replace one of its attacks with its breath weapon, should it have it. Recharge 1d3 rounds, so probably twice. Possibly a third time in the fight. But on average, 2 to 3 times. It's only 68. It's only a fireball in damage, which at this point in the game is not that bad. Players have over 100 hit points across the board, so them taking on average 30 something damage is not that big of a deal. And then, of course, the Dragon Storm, which does a little bit more damage. I'm going to actually change this down to 4d10. I think that's a little bit more fair because that's 22 damage. Around them. Actually, that's 22 damage up to 40 damage. That's not that bad. This makes it 33 up to 60. Oh, this is going to be paired with someone, though, so... I think because it's going to be paired with someone else, I need to keep it down to 40-10. I think that needs to be a little bit more... A little bit more appropriate. Yeah. Yeah, 40 10's a little bit better. What track is this? 135. Was that what? Is that just an ad or something? Yeah. Well, in either case, thank you very much for watching, everybody that did. Appreciate you all for swinging by. And yeah, until next time, guys, have a good day.